Another thing about OTAs is one specific person was not present for OTAs, and this was reported a week before OTAs even happened, was one Cameron Hayward. He is essentially holding out for a new contract. What the details are, what he wants, what he desires is still undetermined. But he, for the first time in his career, is missing off-season programs.
Yeah.
He is not active. He is not there for OTAs.
Yeah.
He's not.
Now, Hayward stated that on his podcast, he's doing everything during the offseason, just not with the team. He's doing it on his own with his own type of people, type of group. But he's not doing it with the Steelers.
Okay.
Because obviously he wants a holdout. We don't know how much money he's asking for. We don't know how many years he's even asking for. No one knows that yet but Cam Hayward.
Right.
And what, he probably communicated to the Steelers about. So Hayward's not there, but this could benefit the depth at the defensive line with Hayward not being there, because the extra reps that Hayward could have had, that's now going to the depth.
Yes,
and it's even going to a guy like Keanu Benton, who's coming into his second year, who was a standout rookie, a ferocious defensive lineman last year.
Easily the best defensive lineman last year for the Steelers, and that was in very limited snaps. He didn't see starting time until like week 8, week 9.
Yeah.
He wasn't a starter until at least midseason, right before Hayward came off of IR. So the fact that he's now be giving more reps, more first-team reps, more playing time in OTAs to better himself, that's a great thing to have, because we're all anticipating a big jump from Keanu Benton in year 2, which will see him confirmed as the day one starter come this season, which could mean, yes, he needs to play more. He should see more playing time. He needs to see more pass rush reps.
I think he's capable of being a 3-down player on the D-line.
Same. Terrell Austin did mention that when he selected him, or when the Steelers selected him last year, that he can be a 3-down player. He wasn't a 3-down player last year, although he very well could have been. But in year 2, yeah, he should be a 3-down player.
And with Hayward not being there at OTAs, this is Benton to get his feet wet with that capability.
Yeah.
To be a 3-down player, to get those reps in and just get better overall.
Yeah. I think I'm anticipating Benton having a big jump year. I'm anticipating him being a very standout player on our defensive line.
Yeah.
I see a big Stephon Tuitt type jump from Keanu Benton. I get great vibes of Tuitt when I watch Benton. Mm-hmm. So the fact he's coming in year 2, polished even more now, coming into year 2, under the system. He has a year under his belt. It's very exciting when you think of Keanu Benton, what he could do for the Steelers. And I eventually want to see him lined up with Hayward, with Ogunjobi. I don't want to see him lined up as nose tackle, and that's it. He's in there for 1 or 2 downs, for run downs, for a pass rush rep here or 2. I want to see him on 3 downs beside our veterans, beside our starters. That's what I want to see. I'd actually like to see him more so used as a defensive end, not a defensive tackle.
He's got the flexibility to move outside if need be.
Yeah.
Especially if, knock on wood, something were to go down, something were to happen. Ben has the flexibility and the capabilities to move over there and still be a ferocious defensive lineman.
He needs more playing time. He 100% needs more playing time.
He's a guy, based off his age and just how, so much potential he's got. He's a guy the Steelers can really build the defensive line around for the future.
Yeah.
Because, again, we stated several times, following this upcoming season, Hayward and Ogunjobi both potentially could not be with the Steelers next offseason.
And then the only starter you truly have in 2025, if we're thinking Ogunjobi and Cam cannot be renewed, is Keanu Benton. That's good. I think he can very well be a great standout for the defense. When you think of the stars for our defense in the future, you still have Highsmith, you still have Watt, you got Joey Porter Jr., you still got Minkah Fitzpatrick,
Patrick Queen now,
Queen, Peyton Wilson, right? I think Benton could very well be within those group of guys, but he needs the playing time. He needs to showcase it. They need to play him. Seriously. Because we all know defensive line is aging. There are still injury concerns because nothing can ever explain to me why we keep getting defensive line injuries every single year.
Yeah.
So Benton's definitely going to get his name called this year. So, yeah, continue to play him. I think he can be a great 3-down guy. I think he's a guy that can do it all, truthfully. He just has the interior pressure. He has the quickness off the snap. He can get to the quarterback very quickly.
Yeah.
He can fill the gaps. He has great effort, great hustle, violent hands. I think he can be a great showcase defensive lineman this year.
Yeah.
He just needs to be given the opportunity and given more playing time. I think the Steelers view him very greatly. I just want to see him see a lot more majority of reps. Very similar to what Ogunjobi got last year.
Yeah.
Granted, that was because Hayward was out, but I want to see Benton get Ogunjobi reps this year.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of reps Ogunjobi got, I want that to be given to Benton.
Yeah, I feel like we need to see a bit more of Benton, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, with Hayward now absent from offseason workouts with the Steelers, this is the Steelers' way to test the waters.
Yeah.
Test them out with that.
Absolutely. So, yeah, give him the opportunity. And we don't know what the future holds for a guy like Cameron Hayward. I mean, I'd welcome an extension as long as the financials pan out. We should not overpay for an aging defensive lineman. I'm sorry. I love and I thank Hayward for everything, but it's just a business move. We're not doing this again. No. Colbert failed that with Ben, and then we suffered from it. Khan, I don't know. We'll see if he cracks for a guy like Hayward. I think Hayward could still be a very good player for us, but it has to be at a reasonable price.
The right price.
It's got to be fair here.
As far as money goes and the years extended.
Otherwise,
sure.
I know Hayward's going to be hard to replace. You know, it's a lot harder than what we might want to think. Granted, next year's going to be a deep defensive line class for the draft, but I think Benton can very well be a guy that can step up for that plate, step up for the challenge.
Yeah.
I think he has all the 3 downs to do it. I think he has 3 down potential to do it. I think he should have gotten it last year, but they can't shy away from that this year.
No.
There's no restraining your rookies. There's no limiting. None of that. They're in year 2. They're ready to go. These guys are hungry. These guys are young. Let them feast.
Yeah,
let them eat.
Yeah, we talked about just how great the draft class was last year on paper, and then what they did on the field, and to them finally becoming starters, and just what they did. Broderick, JPJ, Benton, guys like that.
Well, you consider Broderick was our best tackle last year.
Yeah.
Miles away. Broderick was our best tackle last year. Joey Porter Jr. was our best defensive back in general. Keanu Benton was our best defensive lineman. I mean,
so it's like, yes, like give these guys the opportunity, get these guys more playing time. They have earned their starting roles.
What do they say nowadays? Let them cook. Let them cook.
Especially a guy like Benton. Especially a guy like him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get him involved.
Otherwise, you know, we could very well see some extra playing time for Logan Lee as well, who we drafted in the 6th round. We could see more playing time for him. We could see more playing time for like a DeMarvin Leal or Isaiah Loudermilk, who I think we can all agree that their time in Pittsburgh is ticking, especially with the amount of bodies we've added in the defensive line, such as Dean Lowry as well.
Yeah, Leal and Loudermilk, they're pretty much on the verge of being cut.
Especially Leal.
So with Hayward absent, this gives them the opportunity to give them that last shot, that last bit of adrenaline to show the team, I can still be capable of being a part of this team, being a part of that defensive line rotation, being a solid player for you guys.
And I don't want to forget Brandon Fioku as well, who they extended.
Yeah.
It was I thought he was a standout last preseason. Granted, preseason didn't translate to the regular season, but I thought he was a solid standout. So we could very well see more opportunity for him as well. You know, he's a big body. He brings some physicality to him. You know, this is a good thing to have for the defensive line group. Mm-hmm. So I think those guys could be given more playing time because Hayward is inactive, is not there, is not present for OTAs, but I think that's going to really benefit Benton the most. So Benton could have a big year, a big jump in year 2.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it.